She knows how to make us laugh, make us cry, but she is funny. Nikita, come on, at the cathedral.
Hey y'all. I'm glad that Bishop came and talked and did all the other stuff because y'all had messed me up over there with all the singing and leaning and going on. Y'all lean so much, just eyelash right here. It's leaning in the opposite direction. You understand? Oh, I feel good. I went back there to the bathroom, get myself situated, and I was like, they doing it up here. They got a little living room back in the bathroom. Y'all see the living room in the bathroom? Yes. But y'all, I want to share something with y'all right quick before I get into it. I'm going to be before you long. I'm going to share this so you will know I'm saved for real, because by that end of it, you might wonder. But you know, 3 things that I learned since I've been here. 3 things. The last 2, it made me feel some kind of way down in my shana. The first one is this. I never knew what shondo meant, right? We don't say it in the country. But I heard him say, I was like, what is shondo? I said, I like the way that sounds. And they was like, you must be Baptist. I said, yes, ma'am. She said the same thing, like, thank you, Lord, or thank you, God. I said, okay, well, shondo. You know what I'm saying? I learned that. Yeah. The other 2 I got just in this service. Baby, I'm going to tell you something. You don't know how good you have things until you lose something. In a couple of weeks, me and my husband will be celebrating our wedding anniversary. We would have been married for 10 years. We'd been together 13. We were shacking the sisters at the first beginning of that God. Don't do it. But not just that though, y'all. In a couple of weeks, we will also be reminded of losing our home and everything we had to a house fire. Still being misplaced, still trying to put the pieces back together. The enemy came in and did what he do, but God. And then we have 6 children, 5 of which are teenagers. Y'all can start praying right now. Oh, shut up! Then we have a 4-year-old. But whenever that happened with the house fire, we lost everything. The top 2 kids lost their mind, right? They are taking the word about a storm. That's what my grandma was saying. And they ain't got sense enough to get an umbrella. So me and their daddy have to keep them covered. And that brings me into the 2 things that I learned on today. Y'all, I was feeling some kind of way and I was full. Because a mama gonna be a mama regardless. Even as a believer, sometimes when you feel some kind of way, you want to know if the Lord listening. You want to know if he hear you. That's right. And when Bishop was up here, and she made the statement, she said, when you go before him, knowing that you're guilty, but we have the legal right to plead the blood. When she said that, I immediately thought of one of my boys. Boy, you know you're guilty. We was feeling some kind of way because we was feeling defeated. But when Bishop gave that word right there, it was like the Lord, he heard me. Now he answered me. So we know that we can plead the blood over his foolishness. When he too foolish to plead it over himself. The last thing that I learned, and I'm going to go ahead and be fun because these eyelashes can't take too much. They'll be looking like I got eye cancer. No hair on my eyes. The last thing. When she said he don't just lean this way, but he leaned this way. Baby, let me tell y'all something. True story. A couple of days before Thanksgiving on last year, my son and my nephew was giving this boy a ride. My son said, Mama, I felt in my gut that we shouldn't give him a ride, but my nephew knows it. He was like, nah, it's going to be some quick gas money. We're going to give him a ride and we're going to keep it moving. Well, they gave him a ride. And right before they got close enough to drop him off at his mama's house, my nephew driving, my son in the passenger seat, the boy in the back seat. Before they get ready to go to the railroad track, The boy pulled a gun out and shoot my nephew in the back of the head. He shot my nephew in the back of the head. My son opened the door. He was able to get out and he ran. Thank God for raggedy cars because my nephew's car was raggedy when you pressed the brakes. The car locked down. My son knew it, but the boy didn't know it. So the boy was scrambling trying to get out. But then my son ran. He said, Mama, I didn't know what to do. He said, Mama, I just kept running. I closed my eyes. He said, and I started praying. He said, the boy was shooting at me. He said, but Mama, he just stopped shooting. I said, you don't think he ran out of bullets? He said, Mama, he stopped shooting. And then when she said, he don't just lean this way. I thank God for leaning power. So those were the two things that I got just from being here. And I said, Lord, because I always wonder, Lord, well, why didn't you jam the gun when you tried to shoot my nephew? Because you got to think it's a battle between the family now. Because I got my child, she don't have hers. Because a mama going to be a mama. But yet and still, he leaned in his direction. And he now living to tell the story. So I thank God for that. Okay. I think I'm straight now, y'all. And they brought me back with my grandma. She was a worshiper. You know, the one on the other side of the family. You know, you got one side of the family you go to, you know what I'm saying, when you lean. You know what I'm saying? And then the other side you go when you're leaning. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. So, on the side that you're leaning, she used to always sing hymns. Always. If y'all can't tell, I'm a real country girl. She sung hymns, right? We knew she was going through something. We knew somebody in the family was messing up. When she would wake up on Saturday mornings, cleaning the house with nothing but pine saw, bleach, and something else that almost killed us. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't let no windows up or nothing. You know, your eyes burning, your throat dry. You know, she I'm like, we could have leave here. We knew that my uncle was causing trouble on the streets because you from the country, you hear everything, right? This is the uncle that, you know, steal stuff and have to look for it. You know what I mean? Like one of them kind of uncles, you know what I'm saying? Or one of them uncles, as we say in the country, on that stuff, yes. And we heard that he had went in somebody's stuff, and the man was shooting at him. And they called and told my grandma. Immediately, she went into the worship. Immediately, our nose and our sockets almost broke up. You know what I'm saying? She started cleaning up. I was like, somebody done did something. She was mopping. She started the hymn. She was like, just another day that the Lord has kept me. I told my nephew, go in there and open that door before we die. Just another day that the Lord has kept me. I told my niece, open her window or something. He made a way out of no way. The Lord bless me. That's how you sing in the country. See another day. She vacuuming about to kill us because that cord got the wire showing. Just another day. It's about my peace. Let the Lord get me. Y'all, about this time, my uncle, get it. He was running. The door flew open. We didn't know what was wrong. We just know we felt air. I was like, Lord, I thank you. He came in at the perfect time on that song, y'all. He slid in the kitchen. He stood up. He said, I could have been there. I said, oh, what you do? I could have been there. Sleeping in my grave. silly no more, that we have children, and we got to call them up. And my mama always told me, she said, Kita, you got to be thankful for the small things. Thankful for the small things. You don't know how good it is to have central heat and air until yours stop working. I told my children, when we lost the house, right, we was going, and that's how I knew that they was really, really privileged and spoiled. They didn't understand. We had to ride in cars. The baby girl said, "Ma, something wrong with their seats because it's made out of this kind of material." What is this kind of material? The girl had never rode in anything but leather. And I can remember riding in cars where it didn't even have material. You understand? And I told her, I said, "Baby, you got to be thankful for central heating air, because when I was growing up, central heating air, baby, was a box fan in the window. And you used to go up, oh, okay, y'all don't always be blessed and have a favorite. You go up to that box fan in the window and go, oh. Yeah. Your favorite song goes, yes. What? You didn't have no central heat. You had a kerosene heater. You trying to catch the school bus smelling combustible, baby. You smell like if anybody like that, you gonna blow up. Yes. You ain't have to worry about no roaches coming out your bag. They dead from the kerosene. Oh, Lord, you gotta be thankful for the small things. I know we have the natural hair ministry, and Lord bless you, Shondo, but it's not my testimony. Oh, it's not my testimony. One of my girls have natural hair, beautiful natural hair. Ooh, you do it, yes. But me and my other baby, not so. Because I remember the abuse of a thing called a straightening comb. I had real bad dandruff, so my mama had to use sulfate grease. I said, "Mama, you can kill snakes with something. Why would you put that stuff in my hair?" My hair was stank for 2 weeks, y'all. And she would always, get the comb off the stove. But she loved me enough to let it cool just a little bit. Get right there in front of your face, let you know you real close to 3rd-degree burn. Right. Didn't tell you to hold your ear and burn your fingers anyway. And I know we got some straight comb ministry babies in here. Because on the count of 3, I want y'all to tell me the noise that it made. 1, 2, 3. See? Look at that. Can you bring me through, won't it? Yeah. I am thankful, y'all, for the mattresses that you can just wipe down. I'm thankful for the small things, because when I was coming up, it was 4 of us. The girls at the top, the boys at the bottom. That's what. Oh, okay. So y'all always had y'all own little bed and stuff. That's what y'all telling me. Okay. So y'all trying to tell me I'm the only one that got peed on. That's what y'all telling me. That's what y'all telling me. The pee bird get out the bed. Change their clothes. Roll you over in the wet spot. Make you the pee eat. You trying to figure out how my clothes out of my whole left side of the bed. Oh, baby, I'm thankful for the small things. You got the mattresses that the springs come up on one side. We flipped it over. The springs came up on the next side. We took it outside and let it air out. I'm thankful. You want to be thankful for the small things. Bishop was giving all them things. I said, yeah, she a humble lady. Y'all got 3 different teams. I was like, ooh, but she got 3 teams. We got a couple of people. You understand? So I'm thankful for that. Then I was thinking, I'm going to say this and I'm going to sit down. I said in the country too. 40 minutes later, he's still saying something, still sitting down. I'm like, I'll be glad when you close all the doors. He always get ready to close. Which one last one? But my dad is a pastor, so I know proper pulpit etiquette. They be having big words, he was talking about hermeneutics and pop and all that stuff. Yes, Daddy, come through now, yeah. But I want to tell y'all about the experience that I had before I go. I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all care what people have to say about you? Do you care what people say? What people call you? Do y'all care? Not really? What y'all say, baby? What y'all say, man? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to help y'all with this crowd participation. In the country, y'all seen these 5 people that was back here singing. Let me tell you something. I thought it was like 30 people in here singing. I'm serious. They was going in. You hear me? I'm like, what? 5 people? You better do it. So, what? Yes. Jump on. And our church, we have about, you know what I'm saying? We doing it. We got like 11 people. And in that 11, it's a mass choir. Not because it's a bunch of people. But the age range is massive. We got the beginners, the younger ones, and the seniors all on the same choir. You understand? The little girl, she got up there, she says I'm talking about Ia. I don't know who Ia is, but that's what she was talking about. Says I'm talking about Ia. And the country got to sing like a 5-speed. I'll tell you that he's a friend of mine. And the country got to agree with everything. Then the other lady, she was like in the middle-aged choir. You know, she was over there with me or whatever. She got a deep voice like mine. So she looked at me, she was like, if I cannot say one word. I was like, I know that, all right. If I cannot say one word in the country, I'll tell you that I'll just wave my hand. You gotta agree with it. Y'all sound wonderful, shut up. But then the one of the church, she got fancy. She gonna get up there just selfishly what she sang. She said, baby, grab my hand and hold me to the front. She knew it was her part. Now that means grab my hand and help me to the front. I helped her to the front. She said, my Lord. I said, all right. She said, if I don't wake up in the morning. She gonna look at me like that. If I don't wake up in the morning. I tell you that it will be alright. Never agree with it. Now, I don't know what your Bible say, but mine said, well, 2 or 3 are together touching and agreeing, he'll be in the midst. I was 1, she was 2, we was touching. I didn't want the Lord to think that's what I want, so I heard it in my hand. I said, Lord, it's keeping Jesus, Lord. I need to be here in the morning, Lord. I got things to do in the morning. You need somebody to take up shield, Lord. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to leave, with that on my heart. I said, no. I need to wake up in the morning. I got stuff to do, gotta go to work in the morning. So I'm telling you, it won't be alright. Yes, baby, you gotta agree with me. Yeah, they keep me out the choir, they paid it, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here. But let me go ahead and close this thing. Now I asked y'all, do y'all care about what people say about you? Do you care about what people think about you? And I'm gonna take y'all back to an experience that I had. Some of you gonna hate on me because you weren't there, but it's okay. It was me, Jesus, Peter. Oh, I hear the hate already here again because I said I was with the Lord. It was me, Jesus, Peter, the other disciplines, and and we was walking in our long robes and stuff. Mary had just gave Jesus a pedicure with her hair. We was walking. I was in the book. Somewhere between Genesis and Revelation. Know the word. And as we began to walk down this field, it was a village. Cicero Philippi. I was in there. Mark chapter 8. Jesus asked a question. He was like, hey, who does man say that I am? One dude was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They say you like Elias. Some say you John the Baptist. They don't know who it was, but they were like, some say you a prophet born, you raised from the dead or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then he looked over there and he was like, that's who they say I am. Peter was like, true. He said, Peter, who do you say that I am? He was like, I know who you is. You Jesus the Christ. He said, all right, but don't tell nobody though. He said, because I'm going to have to get up out of here. I'm going to be gone, you know what I'm saying? They're going to crucify me 3 days, I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying? It's on and popping. We turning up on the third day. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking. Peter was feeling some kind of way down to his Sean now. He was like, Jesus, that ain't what we about to do. They ain't gonna do nothing to you, Jesus. Because Peter, he swear and he cussed. He my first cousin. Somebody see it on the cussing ministry right now. Don't do that. Stop your toe in the middle of the night. I bet you won't say, Lord, have mercy. So Jesus told me, he was like, Peter, I gotta do this. Get behind me, Satan. You can't come and mess up nothing that God got going on, right? So I'm walking because I'm feeling some kind of way because I'm like, I know Jesus see me. He see how tall I am. Like he asked me who I say he is and stuff. And then he, you know what I'm saying, he read my mind like he did them other people when that old girl was in there about washing his feet and stuff. They was like, do he know who around him? Oh, I know the word, yeah. So we kept on walking. He read my mind and he was like, Nikita, my beautiful child. I said, sir. He said, who do you say that I am? I said, Lord, I know who you are. Lord, I was there when Peter showed out, cut that man's ear off. You put it back on. He was like, Lord, I was there when you made that man. He couldn't walk or do nothing, Jesus. Over there, they called beautiful. They went over there and spoke life on him, touched his leg. He did a stinking leg. Lord, I was there. Lord, I was there when you made the dumb talk. You made the blind see and the deaf man hear. You touched his ear. You was like, hey, Tyrone. He was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? I was there. But then it got real personal to me. And I was like, Lord, I was there when my mama passed away with breast cancer and I thought I was going to lose my mind. And you told me I shall live and not die. God, I was there whenever my boys took the world by a storm and you still covered them. Lord, I was there whenever the enemy tried to come in and mess my marriage up. God, I was there when they told me I wouldn't graduate with my nursing degree and I was the first one to come out with a bachelor's. Lord, I was there when the enemy took everything from us, but you constantly restored that thing from me. Lord, I was there when they said, you ain't gonna make it, you ain't nothing, you too country, they ain't gonna wanna hear you, but you've had me on stage after stage after stage. Lord, I was there when they said I'd never make it, and I won't be here today, so Lord, I know who you are. Lord, I was there when they laughed at me, they looked at me, they saw me falling, they ain't trying to catch me, hit my head on the rock, but baby, let me tell you something, it's okay to hit your head on the rock, because that same rock that I hit my head on, I stood on, and on Christ, the same rock I stand, all other walls are sinking sand, my hearts are built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. So if you believe like I believe, you believe like Peter believed that we serve a living God, let me hear you say, yeah! Me on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope, but I am Nikita B because that's who I am, and that's just enough to tell God thank you. Thank y'all so much.